Hello. I've managed to automate my lights coming on when my camera comes on via the new Logitech, whatever it's called, Logitech Options Plus into OBS. Now, when any of my cameras, including the one that goes through the cam link, is active, those lights come on, and this is the good bit, I can pump in what profile I want for the intensity of the lights and do that independently on left and right. I've been trying to do this for ages and I've got it working. It's a bit of a hack, but I'm enjoying that. It works and it means I don't have to have the lights on all of the time. But when I'm recording or when I'm in a meeting via Teams, the lights come on. Hopefully it gives a much better lighting setup for those meetings and stuff. And for these impromptu recordings, yes, I'm working from home again today because yesterday it was not a complete write-off, but it was a more stressful day than it needed to be. I'm assuming today is going to be quite similar. I'm going to have to work late to get some stuff done, but that's adulting life, isn't it? That is what it is. I'm feeling much better now. I think this is the first day in 3 weeks where I've not felt overly full of cold and at least functional. I can hear stuff for the most part, which is good. I just look like I've got crack-hole lips as well. Crackhead lips, whatever. Excuse me, from the constant amounts of mucus. Anyway, let's not talk about that. I watched Venom 3 last night. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I still think it's way better than Captain Marvel. Not a hard barrier to pass for me, because those films were, I thought, absolutely abysmal. And it had some humorous moments in it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it was a bit of a waste of the use of Null. But, okay. Effects weren't fantastic either. But overall, you know, it's on Netflix of America. If you've got Netflix and a VPN, watch it. Do it. And other than that, I didn't get a great deal done last night. It was kind of, like I say, it was a stressful evening. More stressful than I think it's needed to be. In fact, the entire last week from kind of Thursday to today has just not been how I expected it to be. It's been way more stress and just not drama, just stress. And it's just why is everything an issue in life? It doesn't need to be. So hopefully things will even out a little bit this week. I'm guessing they won't because things tend to go downhill on or around my birthday. So yeah, that is what it is. But on the upside, it's starting to be sunny outside, and there's a couple of things that I want to do. It's getting there to the point where it'll be warm enough that I can go outside without my hands and feet hurting properly for good amounts of time. I got sent this thing this morning, the Dragon's Ascent Challenge. I really want to do that this summer. So it's a 16-mile walk, some waterfalls, some beautiful scenery, and I'm going to go and do that. It's not up for debate. It's not optional. I'm not going to be talked out of it. I'm going to go and do it. If anybody wants to come with me, that's fine. I've mentioned it to a couple of people, but I don't really care at this point. I am leaving the house and doing stuff that I want to do that's not just sat in this room or in my study painting models, which I love. I love both of those things, but I need to get out and see some countryside or something that's more interesting than just being stuck in here, since I'm not going to have the money to travel and do all that stuff. I do genuinely regret not going somewhere else to university when I was younger. I wish I had pursued the opportunity to go abroad. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. I will definitely be encouraging my son to do that and get him out and stuff and not stick close to home. You need to do it, because otherwise you just look back and it's just full of regrets, isn't it? And it's I've seen some reasonable places around the world, but I've not been anywhere that I really wanted to go. Other than Mexico, Chichen Itza, that was good, but there's so many other places that I told myself I would get to and go to, and I never have yet. There's still time, but I definitely feel like it's on the decline now of me being able to have the opportunity or the finances to do that with the state of the world. Certainly with the roles that I'm currently in, I would need to to step up, but that would be more responsibility and less time to do stuff. So it's that balancing act in it, but perhaps I'd love to go traveling with the little one actually, and go and do stuff, go on some adventures. And there's opportunity to do that. I will get figured out. So yeah, but I'm going to start off small. Go and do some localish stuff. Like I said, the Dragon Ascent Challenge. I'm going to do at least that this summer. And get some other walking in. I have the equipment, I have the gear, I have the motivation and the requirement to do so, in that I need to be considerably fitter to make sure that I'm in good nick, to make sure that I'm around as long as possible for said child. Yeah. Right, oh, that got very deep very fast, didn't it? Right, I'm going to leave it for today because I've got some more stuff to do, and then after work this evening, once he's in bed and stuff, I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to get some 3D modeling done because there's a couple of things that I want to build. And I'm going to have to do it on a resin printer because I don't have an FDM printer anymore. Once the next wodge of models that I absolutely need in my life are done, that should be everything for this year that I want hobby-wise, that is to do with the army and not just playing the game and painting. And at that point, I'm going to get a functional FDM printer so that I can build nothing to do, well, yeah, it is kind of to do with hobby and stuff, but I'm starting to get to the point where I'm proficient enough with the 3D modeling that I can build properly functional parts to do things like mountings and brackets and stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that I want to do around the house that's quite clever designs that would be absolute perfect to be 3D printed rather than buying them. So it's totally bespoke, and there's a couple of bits and pieces that I want to make sure that I've done for the wife as well, which I can use resin prints for, like end caps on the windowsills that are a perfect fit to the wall, rather than the shoddy plastic ones that came with the massively overpriced windows, and then the last fitments are just atrocious. So things like that, great for resin. Functional parts, brackets, mountings, things to get everything how I want it that's not a model, but you know, stuff for my cameras, gear, mounts, things like that. Yeah, FDM. So I do have a requirement for an FDM printer in my life. So that's next once I've got this last lot of Soul Blight out of the way. That should be me done for the year then. Right, I'm going to go. This was longer than I thought it was going to be. So I will see you on the other side. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Don't murder anybody. Try and be nice. The sun's out. Let's be happy and joyous and all of that good stuff. I'll see you on the other side. Toodles. Bye.